Hello student, I hope you're doing well. Today again I came with the one topic. The topic is how to make a straight line graph. Today I'm going to discuss in a very short way and easy way. I found that students are struggling too much, so I'm going to discuss it very easy way. So first of all, we should be know that basics. A two variable equation having a degree one. Degree means you know that is a maximum power of the variables. If the maximum power of the variable is one, then degree is one. And the if equation is containing two variable like x and y, so it is representing what straight line. Now generally class 10th and class 9 student they struggle about how to make a straight line. So we have one of the easy and the best method. So but make sure that when equation is given, you need to remember that equation should be in the slope point format. If you see your screen over here, so I already written what kind of format is there. So this is called as the what slope intercept format. Okay, so anything is written like this, you need to understood about that. Over here what we found over there, y variable should be alone without any coefficient, x and the constant whatever you want to see that should be another side. Okay, so where this coefficient of x I written in the form of m, and that is called as the slope of the line. Okay, and the c which is constant also we can say that is nothing but representing what y-intercept. Okay, so these 2 points are very important, and we know that the basic fundamental formula, slope of any line is nothing but what rise over run. Okay, or we can say the rise divided by run. So we are going to use this concept to make a straight line. So I have already few example over there. So how to do that? First of all, we need to find out when the equation is given in this format. So in this lecture, first of all, I'm discussing only those example which are already in the slope intercept form. Next example, next video, I'm going to discuss if the equation is not in the slope intercept form, then you need to convert and how to convert, and then you need to make. Okay, so first of all, I already taken one example, and that example is already in slope intercept form. It is exactly matching with slope intercept form. So y is alone, y variable should be alone, dependent variable should be alone, and x, and that is coefficient 3 by 2, so it is nothing but my what indirectly what m, and the minus 1 is what c. Is that getting up? So how to do now? What's the start? So first of all, you need to, when you starting that in a graph obviously, so first of all you need to locate the y-intercept. So if I will see that in my first example, so y-intercept that is nothing but minus 1. So minus 1 we need to locate. So this is my minus 1. Okay, so I got the, in the first equation I got my y-intercept, that is minus 1. Now next what we need to see, we need to see the slope. So slope is what 3 by 2. Slope is in a fraction, that is also okay. It is not in a fraction, then you can convert in a fraction. Why? Because we know that slope is nothing but what rise over run. So what we should will do that purposely, slope we will try to manipulate in the form of what fraction, numerator divided by denominator, and then second part we need to say that it is positive or negative. So I taken the both the example. So right now in the first example my slope is a positive. So if I will define according to that, so the 2 is nothing but my run, and the 3 will indicate what rise. So where you got the y-intercept, from there you need to run how many step? 2 step, because run is what 2. So I will get 2 step, that means I reach over here. Okay, and then rise is 3, then we need to rise 3 step upside from here. Either it is upside and downside, since the slope is positive, so rise we need to take the upside. So I will go 3 step up. So this is another point we got, and we need to make, if any straight line, then minimum 2 points are required. So first point is a y-intercept, and second point I got over here. Then I'm going to do this, I'm not going to now join these 2 point, and automatically it will give me a what straight line. Okay, so now your straight line is ready. but we also make sure that whenever you're making any straight line, what we need to do, the end, you need to write down the equation of that straight line at the corner of the straight line, which one is making. So I'm going to write down over here y is equal to 3 by 2 x minus 1. So it will define that this is my straight line whose expression or equation is y is equal to 3 over 2 times x minus 1. Now let's have a go for the another one. So in another example, what I'm seeing that over here, equation is given again in a slope intercept form. If you observe very clearly, this is y is a subject alone, x and the constant is another side. So it's quite easy. Y-intercept, according to that, c is a y-intercept, that is 2, but the slope is not visible, so sometimes students are confused over there. The coefficient of x is not there, then you can assume as a 1. What you can assume as a what? 1, if there is a no coefficient and is there. But slope should be in the fraction form, so denominator is also not there, so purposely you can consider as a what? 1. So now I got my the slope. So slope, that means m is minus 1 over 1 and the y-intercept is what? 2 in example number 2. So I told you the step. What is the first step? First we'll locate the always what? Y-intercept. So for the second line, the second example, so y-intercept is a plus 2. So I'm going to locate over here, that is my plus 2. And the slope is 1 over 1. So 1 over 1 is indicating that what? So this is my rise and that is my run. Okay, so we need to run first of all. Positive or negative, always we have to keep in a numerator for the slope especially. So whatever the minus is there, don't keep in a denominator, always keep in a numerator. Okay, so run is 1. So from here I will run one step. So I step 1 and the rise is 1, but the problem is that rise is a negative, so we need to take in a downward direction. Okay, so we need to take a downward direction, so it will come over here. Okay. So we got my another point, because we need to make a straight line, then we required only 2 points. I got the 2 point. Then now I'm going to make a straight line which is passing through this 2 point. So automatically it will be your line, required line which you want to make. Okay, so that is my second line whose expression is what is the expression. But make sure that when you're writing the expression, you need to write down what original expression, which one is given. Minus 1 and 1 we are manipulated just because we want to make the straight line. So what I will do that I will erase this minus 1 and 1 and I will make original case. Okay, so it should be, I need to write down. So here I will write down y is equal to minus x plus 2. Okay, now how should you know that? Some students are confused at the end of the making. How should the sir we know that, or they're confused is that their answer is correct or not? It is very easy. Always remember that there is a one trick point. Always you need to keep m, that means slope. If slope is positive, so line will be increasing. Line will be, remember that what? Increasing. That means left to right, when you're going to move, line should be in the increasing format. And if the slope is a negative, then your line should be in what? Decreasing format. So if you observe that in my first example, that is my example number 1 and that is my example number 2. Okay, so if you see over here in the first example, slope is a positive quantity, and if you see that from left to right my line is increasing, so it is correct. And the second line, slope is a negative, then you see that when you're moving from left to right, so it is what? Decreasing. Left to right means you need to see, observe from left to right this direction. So automatically it will confirm you that also your graph is correct or not. Okay, so this is a small example, 2 example over here there. Next video I will take those equation. In that equation is given equation is not in a slope and intercept form. Okay, slope and y-intercept form. So they will, then we will modify, then we'll convert, and then we are going to use the same method. And in that same example, the third video I will make that if instead of equality, if you observe that there is a equal sign, so this is the equality. but sometime instead of that they will use inequality, something like this. So third example we are going to discuss with the help of this trick how to use in that inequality also. Till that, thank you so much. Okay.